The stories you've never heard.
Susan Hill famously slapped.
The jokes behind the jokes.
What would happen if I did a great big fart?
For the first time ever on Ash, Lachie, and Susie O'Neill.
Oh, sorry. This was turned down. I didn't even
We go
realise.
behind the black.
You know
I
what?
thought you
You
just
know
wanted to
what?
get playing
Like,
it. Are you
You know
serious?
what? I'm just leaving it in.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything too
No,
bad.
start
no,
again,
no,
start again,
no,
start again.
no.
Are you serious?
The headphones were turned down. I didn't realise they were turned
This
down.
is live podcasting. You
Oh.
can't just go back and start again.
Live to tape.
Ah, unbelievable. We only have so much tape here in the studios.
Yeah.
Hello, and
Hello.
a bit of a forced welcome to Behind the Laughter here. Alicia's come in. She's complaining about the height of the chair because Sue's apparently jacks her seat up a little bit higher.
Does.
And it's been tough for our girl here. Hello, Lachie.
Hello.
The stink face you gave Alicia was something
It was
special.
real bad.
So
I
unprofessional.
thought maybe the desk was still on air or something the way you looked at me then.
Oh, we pretty much were. I treat this as on air.
I thought you'd done with like your Coke Zero burps, and not to say it won't, because I can see a freshly cracked can right there. Welcome to the end of the week. This is the Producers Podcast. We've just wrapped up a little post-show meeting there with middle management, and got all our plans and ideas set and ready to go for a big few weeks ahead. Lachie he's taken off. He's jetted off to Paris now. And he will be down the line. He'll be emceeing the Rugby Sevens over at the Paris Olympics. And, I think there's a bit of rehearsals and stuff that goes on there. So he'll be over there for a few weeks.
Got to nail those pirouettes.
Exactly right. Pirouette, of course, French for Lachie.
Spin.
Close enough. Yep. I actually didn't know the answer, but you're right. Fun fact, I actually applied for the Olympics as well. But,
Oh, no. Is this another one of those ones that Lutzie's taken from
I don't
you?
think he took it from me. I think he's definitely got the body of experience over me, but
Yeah.
threw him a hat in the ring just in case. Tried to make a little digital pitch, but Nova weren't in charge of that decision. Anyway, so we're at the weekend. It's been a big week, and congratulations, a bit of Hollywood in the show today. Mark Wahlberg. I mean, it was pretty cool, the fact that we could sort of see live into the set of Balls Up as Mark Wahlberg, just to quote Lachie and Ash, was filming a scene in the middle of King George's Square. Now, of course, none of this would have been possible if I hadn't gone down yesterday and done all the recon to
it
check
was
it
all
out.
on you, Nick.
That was tough because just to look up and see, oh no, there's Marky Mark right in the middle of the square. There's a scene buzzing, and I've been like slipping in and out of corridors all through Thursday, like using my extensive knowledge of Brisbane City Hall to
Hey,
try
but
and
what
get...
if you'd have opened a door right onto the set? That would have been cool.
That would have been hilarious. I did get a serious look from a security guard yesterday, and I said I had to give away my position to try and gain further ground, but. It is what it is. It is what it is. So Mitchell delivering this morning.
Did you recognise any of the security guards from what you saw today?
No.
Any that you made eye contact with yesterday?
No, maybe a few of them probably had got a call from the top going, how did you let this bloke who at one point took off his jacket to disguise himself? That actually worked because they thought someone from Nova's been sneaking around, and they go to me. I'm like, where are you from? I'm like, oh, no, not them.
That's very good.
Yeah.
It was funny. I was chatting to Supernova Sam, who was on this morning, and he was saying that they had a tip-off from one of the people who was kind of nearby and was going, "Hey, keep your eyes out. It's going to be a white BMW."
Yeah,
and that's how he's gonna arrive.
Yeah, that's how those things kind of work. So all the media, because they've all got the same goal, and we know that no one's going to get like the exclusive.
Yeah,
but...
sorry, Mark. I know you're in the middle of a take here, but I'd love to have a chat to you.
Yeah, I mean, everyone of course wants their little bit, but there's a bit of a camaraderie between all the people going, "Hey, I know this, you know this. We can help each other here, and we'll all sort of help each other get what we need."
But I guess the tip-off that he was going to be arriving in a white, BMW or whatever it was, like that's not incredibly groundbreaking news.
Well, I circled City Hall a couple of times yesterday, and I was looking at loading docks, car parks.
Yeah,
because
sure.
I was told that he was about to move from one location to another just after I got off the line with you guys.
Ooh.
But I did the full recon, and I'm like, no, maybe he couldn't exit out of there, not out. And then I just see the footage that Mitch took this morning of the car just driving up the front of City Hall, where I was sitting and standing the whole time. I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah. What like? Let's say that you'd have been able to chat to him, and what one question are you asking him? Because I imagine most of them are going, "So what's it like being in Brisbane?" And the response you get from Mark going,
It's not a great question.
"Yeah, I know, but I figured that's probably most journalists, that's probably the go-to
See,
question.
I
right?
had we had so much more context about the film today because you saw all the,
Yes.
the Brazilian flags
Yes.
hanging up, making Brisbane City Hall look
Yes.
like the U.S. Embassy, what I believe would be in Brazil. But I thought about my question, and it was going to be Brisbane related, but I was going to try and go. I think it was something along the lines of. The benefits of filming in Brisbane, because usually you only get sort of one shot, and then I was sort of prepared to, when you do those sort of ones, get the first question in, and then hopefully I had the headphones ready to chuck on him, so the guys can get a question in as well. That's the way I was thinking. Same way when I did the chat with Charlie Cameron on Origin morning. I'm like, all right, I do the first question here, open it up, and then
I love
they
the
take over from
optimism
there.
that you were going to get him.
Oh, you have to prepare for. Well, that's the thing. Like, you sent
never know,
You
yeah.
sent me down to do a job, and I have to.
And you're not leaving until that job is done.
Well, it was and that's why I actually stayed down a bit longer because I'm like, well, I could just give up and leave, but I'm like, I just had that feeling. I'm like, maybe if I hang around a bit longer,
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what I gain from it because I can't be live with you guys, and I'm like, hey, Mark, we're just in a song right now, and I've got to go back to this. Oh, Buzz actually just played a double song, so can you just hold up here? We've got to do Smarter Than Suze. We don't move anything for Smarter Than Suze.
Oh, can you imagine Mark Wahlberg on Smart News? That would have been a great get if you. Oh, we're actually so sorry. We're not going to get Tani from Ashgrove.
We've got Marky Mark from Boston.
We've got Marky Mark from Boston playing. You're playing for $100, Mark, but we'll go into the kickback cave if you do lose.
Yeah.
Give you tickets to your own movie.
Sorry, in my mind, I'm like, my Mark Wahlberg accent isn't quite there.
Yeah, your impression's slightly off, but I like that you went for it.
Oh, thank you. It's nice. That's what we do. We cook when we're here. So yeah, look, with first week back with Sue, she's in a good mood. She's in a
great mood.
post-holiday
Yeah,
glow right now,
she
and
is.
I know
Today she couldn't stop dancing.
I know she's started doing a box step in front of me.
She was like, "This is how we danced in the '80s," and she's just like doing this weird thing in front of me. I was like, "Okay, thanks, Suze."
Wow.
All right, start doing the Charleston.
What do the kids
I was
do?
like, no, Suze, the
She literally
1980s.
She was like, "What do the kids do these days?" I said, "Suze, do I look like somebody who goes and dances in a nightclub? No way."
No, you were going to go to the Rio on Wednesday night though. Did you end up going?
I did go.
Oh,
yeah.
my home venue.
Yeah.
How was that for an experience?
It was actually really good vibes there. There was a lot of young people, like you said, a lot of people carrying around beers, and I was like, are you old enough to be drinking that?
Probably
Like,
not.
Yeah,
Probably not,
very dodgy. But no, it was great fun, good vibes. And,
my record has been thrown out of there 4 times in one night.
really? I mean, I did lose $70 on bets, but that was because it was the Origin. And,
Bet with your head, not over it.
Yeah,
No, just
so
kidding. Chase your losses. They can't run forever.
it was very disappointing. But
That's
no, it was
right.
good time.
I got a very late call up to go to Origin.
Congrats.
I was in the gym and Mitch called me and I was like, oh, when you've mentally planned out your afternoon.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I guess I would like to go.
Are you the sort of guy who will mentally plan out an afternoon, and then if something pops up that challenges what your schedule in your head is, it takes a lot for you to rearrange things?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Oh, because also, you and I, I'm sure there are people out there listening who work a lot harder than we do and start earlier hours than we do.
Nah.
No, you're right. No, good point. We are martyrs. But no, I started like when you're on the back end of your day. So that's 3 o'clock. I've been up since 4:30. So if you sort of project that time onto maybe like a 9 to 5 style job, you're starting to go, oh, gee, that'd be 8 o'clock, and someone's asking you to do something at like 11. And
Yeah.
It's a lot, but I'm like, it's something I should do. And I go in, I do the pilgrimage down Caxton Street, and it was kind of nice.
Were you wearing your blues?
Yeah, I was wearing
full
get up, but also wore the beanie that my wife made me wear, which was also blue with a little pom pom, but it actually kept my head really warm. So I was like,
So cute.
this is a good move. And the scarf that my grandma got me, so it was wholesome. But I went down into Caxton, into Suncorp, and there's Ash with his kids, and I spoke to Ash this morning, so like it was actually one of the more wholesome things. Ash sits there and he likes listening to the call live, as you would have seen down in Sydney. So he's got the headphones in. 'Cause he loves rugby league. His passion for that game is...
And he doesn't listen through his phone. He's got the little box.
Yeah, he's got the
as
box,
well.
doesn't he? Yeah, the
very old
little,
school.
Little transistor, but he's there, and he kind of he gets nervous. So you can see his legs are kind of like together. He kind of makes himself quite thin, but he's there with his 2 of his sons, and his youngest son, 12. That's not his name; it's his age.
It's both, actually.
No, I always get them mixed up. Levi, Sid, and
Levi's
Archie.
the youngest. No, Archie's the youngest.
Archie's young, so it must be Archie. So little
Sid's in Sydney.
Yeah,
I always remember
that's
that.
Sid's in Sydney. So it's Levi who. But Archie's sitting behind me, and he's just, he's 12, so footy is his biggest thing in his world, and he's screaming his lungs out, and I'm like, oh, this is nice. This is nice. I'm like, Ash has to get up early. No, Levi apparently drove him back down. So I was like, I thought Ash had to drive back down the coast. In fact, but he did stay in Brisbane. I'm going, oh, this is nice. I'm like, and in that moment, I'm like, as much as I'm happy about New South Wales winning, and I knew Ash would be giving it to me. I was thinking with Buzz, he'd be giving it to us if Queensland won. But I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna let this one go. This is nice. This is wholesome. I'm not going to ruin a nice family moment just by being a dick. So, also, I feel like this will not bode well for me in the next
And you
48
also
hours.
made a debut on a different radio show, didn't you, this week?
Yeah, because sometimes I like to comp monitor, and so I have 2 ears, so I can listen to 2 shows at a time, which is really good. And sometimes I just want to see how the mood was in Sydney, and so I thought I'd call into to Fitzy and Whipper and just and celebrate the way I truly wanted to, rather than the way I was probably allowed to on Ash Lots and Sue.
If we were any more prepared, we'd have that audio here. But alas, we do not.
Oh, alas.
What was it like to be on a different breakfast show, a different Nova breakfast show?
The tough thing is when you and I occasionally call into another radio show here in Brisbane, in Brisbane under an alias that they are not a competitor of ours.
Okay.
I know the one you're talking about.
We are not fighting for the same
I know the one
market,
you're talking
therefore
about.
they are not a competitor. But I do call in every now and then.
Do you put on a voice when you call in?
No, I don't. But here's where that's where my problem lies.
Okay.
I don't. You know what a talkback caller sort of sounds like.
Yeah, I know exactly what a talkback caller sounds
callers
like.
kind of sound like callers. As someone who sometimes speaks professionally,
You sound too professional.
I sound too professional,
Yeah.
and it's really jarring when I hear I'm speaking the same sort of tone as Fitzy and Whipper are right now, and it would make more sense if I was down the line, but that would also make no sense. But as a caller, I shouldn't sound this put together at 6 a.m. in the morning, speaking about State of Origin.
Yeah,
I think you're thinking about it too much.
Well, I think I was.
I think lots of people in the 6 a.m. hour have probably been up since 3 or 4. We often get people coming home from the night shift.
Yeah, night shift is tradies off to work and stuff, and they're just they're in their car, they're in their
They've
element.
just smashed a Red Bull.
Not walking around in the news booth.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyway, I've been dallying around a bit.
You engage in any rap battles with them while you were there?
That would be funny.
Lucky, please. So the Blues gonna lose, but not the other night. It was up for a fight, and I'm feeling all right. Something about Whipper's weight and Fitzy's not great, but when they're on the air, they're still my mates.
Hey, did you just come up with that on the spot?
Yeah, a producer didn't write that for me. I freestyled.
Really?
That. Yeah.
That's
what a
pretty good.
question that is. Did you just come up with that as if we had
What am I looking
pre-prepared
at?
this bit?
That kind of sounded pre-prepared.
We hadn't pre-prepared this.
I'm looking at a script of "This is the moment" by Anthony Warlow and a sticker of Chris Jones.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, very good. I'm impressed with your on-the-spot skills there.
Maybe we'll get a rap benchmark in.
They were monosyllabic rhymes.
Yeah, it wasn't too hard.
Wasn't bad. I think they will drop the word magnanimous on the show earlier this week and confuse a few people. And
He's a professional speaker. He knows. He knows.
I know words.
He knows words.
I've read a book.
I have some of the best
called
words.
The Dictionary.
But yeah, so look, that was I was a bit busy this week. How did you guys go behind this? Okay, I've made mistakes here and there, but does anyone want to throw themselves under the bus so I feel a bit better about my week?
Nick's looking directly at me.
No,
Have I done something?
No, I had 2 options. You were lucky.
No, I think it's been a fairly good week. I had an interesting day yesterday, and this is probably not that interesting to the people who are listening to this
We'll be
right
the
now.
judge of that.
But we had one of our supernovas coming in just to learn the ropes, learn how things are done.
Yeah, he wanted to learn how to produce.
And
which
so
is fun.
he came in.
Supernova Max makes it happen.
Exactly. He came in on his own time. And we don't have any spare laptops. The spare laptop that we did have has kind of kicked the bucket. And so he was using my laptop. And then because what had happened is that yesterday you went out by yourself. There were no supernovas to do, I guess, the cross with you.
It's the economy.
You took my phone so that the guys in studio
I wanted
could see...
I wanted to be known that you volunteered. I didn't just grab your phone.
No,
and
yeah, sure. But we had to give up... Someone had to give up a phone.
I mean, it kind of had to be Lockie's anyway,
because Alicia is top dog. So...
Alicia has smartphone separation anxiety.
I have the contacts in case anything happened last minute.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Anyway, so I've given up my phone. I've also then given up a laptop. I ended up doing a Sudoku during the 7 a.m. hour.
The biggest hour of the show, and Lockie's just sat there doing a Sudoku.
Well, because I said to Max, hey, I think you're pretty
Gotta
good at
keep
this.
his brain sharp.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're across this. You're going to do a great job. Look, I did take a phone call or two during that time, but a lot of my job...
Yeah, I'm just trying to work out the top right square. I've got 7 or 3.
Oh, no, there is a 3 in that row already. It's the 7.
No, thanks so much for playing. Hey.
Anyway, no, most of my job is keeping a track of what happens in the show, and then if we've got any promotions going on, is to be across that and make sure that we deliver that properly. Now, we'd already been doing Bluegitive earlier on in the week, and so we'd finished the promotion stuff for this week already. And so I was like, well, I don't have much to do here. And wonderful D from Fun and Games, she's like, have you offered to make everyone toasties and coffee? I was like, oh, that's actually probably a good idea.
Max.
But I ended up, just doing a Sudoku. So
Very nice.
Oh,
there you go.
so instead of doing the nice thing, you just...
no one in the studio actually wanted a toasty. And I taught Mitch a thing or two about how to make a good toasty. I think it was also on Thursday. So
I've always thought we should be doing a recipe segment as well.
The only thing anyone on the show knows how to make is toasties. It's all anybody
It's one of the
eats.
key food groups here at the station.
I'm the only one that doesn't have a toasty in the morning. I have Weet-Bix and honey.
Oh, okay. I feel like I don't want to boast, but I think I make the best toasties in the team. And
Have you tried anyone else's?
no, I just look at the other toasties that people make and I go, I'm better than you.
I don't know.
Don't
Susie's
judge a
always
toasty
looks
by its
good.
bread.
No, I can.
Yours always look good, Nick.
Yeah, no, I've got.
I think it's because I can always smell yours, though. You always like walk directly past my booth.
So
and
I'll
wafts
declare my
in.
I'll declare my secret. I used to just at the Ekka where they have like the $2 toasty stand.
Yep.
So it's like half cut from trying all the wine samples around the Woolworths Pavilion. And so I go, I wouldn't buy anything. I'm like, no, but $2 toasties I will.
Yeah.
And I'd stand out there and they've just got like an assembly line of just
Yeah.
slathered upon butter, just on the whitest of white bread, and then 2 or 3 slices of cheese, and then just toasted until golden brown, and that's how I've got it perfect every time. I learnt, and that's don't mess the original.
The real hack also is when you're doing that, a little bit of salt on top of the bread on the outside.
Stop it. Stop
the
it.
other thing I do
Why not
is
the inside?
I was going
What's
to say
the secret.
The only hack on this show is the bloke doing Sudokus at 7 a.m.
no, there's something about cracking the salt on the outside as opposed to the inside. I can't explain it. Some food scientists will be able to tell you better, but that's a hack for your toasty. The other thing I do,
It opens up the taste buds.
it does. The other thing I do is get some pesto from across the road. Nice little bit of pesto on the toasty, and that elevates the toasty game.
It's a fancy toasty.
Well, what can I say? They
What a thrilling podcast. We've been talking about toasties
I
for
like the
3
idea that
minutes.
someone between his Sudokus, Lockie's in there with like a mortar and pestle, and he's just
Making his own pesto.
making his own pesto.
yeah. No, it's been a fun. I made this observation in our meeting earlier this week. It's been a fun week this week because
has.
we had 2 pieces of content that Sue's delivered that both highlighted just how poor Alicia and I are.
That is true, yeah. Instead of bringing her own content, she was like, look how poor our producers are. Let's
So-
talk about that. Mine was selling feet pics and yours was, what do you hide from your partner?
Yeah, hiding barn me purchases
Yeah.
from my wife because we're trying to save money for a house.
I did listen to that like, a little bit later on, and like, yeah, I know very much about the hiding food. It's
Yeah.
like, it's like this game my wife and I still play with each other. Like, why are we still hiding food from each
Yeah.
other? Like, no. It's about the principle.
Yeah.
I played it for her. I played it for my wife last night. I said, "Oh, I've got a little bit of confession to make." Not that she already knew about it, and she just laughed the
It
entire
just goes,
time.
Lockie, I know.
Yeah. Well, she laughed the entire time, so I think that if anything gives me more permission, as long as it's funny. So that's enough about me.
That's okay.
It's probably enough from this podcast.
Yeah, it probably is too. That's okay. All right, well, we're back Monday morning as per usual. What's coming up next week, Alicia?
Paying more bills.
Let's go.
As always.
And anything else?
100K in the kitty. We've got to pay them all off.
Mm-hmm.
Will we have that Mark Wahlberg exclusive? Wahlberg?
Well, I'll get you Mark Wahlberg.
Oh my god, that would be so funny. Nick in a voice changer as Mark.
I'll work on my impression over the weekend.
Yeah, okay.
Hey,
Oh
Ash.
my god.
Hey. Yeah, how you doing? No, it's not there yet.
Not there
no,
yet.
it's not there yet.
We'll work on
Okay,
it.
we'll work on it.
See ya.